Hey there, Kingsley here. Looking to spice your text or titles? Look no further. Prepare to captivate your audience with these 5 memorizing text effects that are sure to make your title unforgettable. Get ready to unleash your creativity and transform ordinary text into extraordinary masterpieces. Let's explore the world of stunning typography and elevate your designs to new heights. Are you ready to make a statement with your titles? Let's dive in. I'm talking about Typewriter, drop shadow, fly video within text, glitch, water effects, fire effects. So we are going to start with Typewriter. The first thing we do is head over to the left side of the edit page, and we are going to head to generator. And in this case, you could use the solid color or you could use the paper background. So I'm going to use the paper background. The paper is right here and I just like the background. Okay, you don't have to use paper, you could use a solid color and use whatever color you want. Okay, so after that, we are now going to head back to titles, and we are going to look for text plus, and we are going to select text plus and drag it down to the edit page. And this is where we have to customize our text. You have to use text plus because text plus gives you more options. We have to select the text plus, and we are going to head over to the inspector. And in the inspector, we are going to head to the text, and we are going to change the text to whatever text we want. So in my case, I'm going to change this to Kingsley 3121. If you're new to my channel, that's the name of my channel. Okay, so I'm going to change my font to this right here, and I'm going to make the color black or a bit darker. Let's make this a bit bigger. And by the way, Typewriter is very easy and simple, but yet effective. So to give it a Typewriter effect, we are going to animate the right on. Okay, so to do this, we are simply going to start from 0 to the right on, and we are going to animate from the beginning. Let's say we get up to this point right here. We are going to bring it all the way to fully visible. Okay, so now that's animated. Remember, in animation, it's important to establish your starting point and your ending point. So in my case, the beginning is my starting point, and up to this point is my ending point. So if I let it play, this is what you get. So this effect is the Typewriter effect. Moving on to the next effect. The next one is simple and easy yet effective. I do use this quite a bit. So in this one, we're going to use drop shadow, and drop shadow makes your text pop out a little bit more and just make it more interesting, and it makes the text pops out to the person reading the text. Okay, so let's try this. So again, we are going to use the text plus. So we are going to drag the text plus down here. By the way, we are going to be using text plus in almost all our effects, so get ready for that. So we have a clip here already, so we are going to demonstrate how this is going to make your text pop out. So we are going to head to the inspector, get to the text box. In my case, I'm going to use Kingsley 3121. You should already know that by now. I'm also going to use this font right here, Niagara Solid Regular. I'm going to make this a bit bigger. I'm making it bigger just so you'll be able to see what's going on. As you can see, the text, you could read it, but it doesn't pop out. That's a simple way to make your text pop out, which is the drop shadow. We are going to head back to the effect to the left side, and we are going to head to OpenFX, and we are going to search for drop shadow. Okay, so we are going to drag this to the text, and now at the right hand side at the inspector and effect, we have the OpenFX right here. So now we could play with the settings and we could customize it to our liking. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the blur so you could see the shadow. Okay, so I'm going to strengthen the shadow. Okay, so this is decent. Okay, also if you want to make this pop out even a little bit more, we could also add blur to the clip. Okay, so we're going to do that. Blur is in OpenFX. We are going to use the box blur. So we're gonna drop it in the video. By the way, make sure to select the right clip always. Okay, so we have to select the video, and then we are going to mess with the blur strength. Okay, so this is let's make this way. Okay, so now the text pops up more. Okay, like this is simple yet very effective, especially on my intros. I do use this on my intros a lot. So this is the drop shadow and blur effect. Moving on to the next. This one has a bit more steps, but it makes your text a bit more intriguing. With this one, like the other ones, we are also going to use text plus, and I already have a clip here. As you can see, a guy running on a treadmill, and this time around we are going to drag this text at the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to extend this to the end right here. Okay, so with this one, it's kind of like how to apply texture to text, but this one I call flying videos within text. So basically, I'm going to head to the text. I'm going to move this a little bit so you can see what I'm going to type in from the text. By now, I'm assuming you know what I'm going to type in. We already know the drill, so I'm going to put in translate to the 121. So this time I'm going to use open sans, and then I'm going to make this a bit bigger inside. Again, we're trying to make it visible. Whatever we're doing, we're always trying to make it visible to the audience. All right, so I'm going to close this back. Okay, so this is where the magic happens. All right, so what we're going to do now is to select the text. So when we select the text, we're going to head to inspectors, head to settings, and we're going to head to the composite mode. We're going to change this to alpha. So we're going to go ahead and select the clip of the guy running, head back to the inspector, composite, change the composite to foreground. Boom. So this is good, but it's not quite what we were looking for. So now we're going to do a little animation to get what we're looking for. We are going to animate the text. Basically, we're going to make it from big to small. So that way it looks like it's flying in. We're going to be playing with the size, okay? So let's head back to the title. On the inspector side, we go to the title, and we're going to play with the size. Okay, so basically what we're trying to do is to make it big from the beginning and let it fly in to the size. We put this at the beginning. At the very beginning, we're going to increase the size to very big, and we're going to make it even bigger. So I'm going to put 2. Okay, that's good, but I want it even bigger. You know what, let's make it even more bigger. Okay, so let's make it 4. Okay, so this is what I want. By the way, you could make it any size that you want. So mine, I think 4 is the right size, and I also like the position as well. And I'm going to move it a little bit. At this point, I'm going to change this back. Now we're going to start our animation. So we're going to select this diamond right here, right next to size at 4. Now we're going to move this the desired location, and I think here is right. Here is okay. While I'm here, okay, so from 0.5 now I can reduce it from here. I could just reduce it from here from 0.5. Okay, so let's just a little bit more. Okay, so as you can see, it's going to start from this. As we go forward, it's going to fly right in to our desired location. Okay, so if you would like, you could also add another video to the bottom, or you could add a different color if you like to the background. So in my case, let's add another video, also another boxing person. Okay, all right, so we're going to drag this to the top, and we're going to drag this to the bottom. I'll drag it right here as this stuff stops right here. If we play it, it's going to start. If we play it, we're going to start until it gets to the desired location, and the next clip comes in just a little bit. So that's like a video on video text. That's if you like, but you don't have to. You could always leave it as black or a different background. That's how we can use the flying video within text. That's pretty cool if you ask me. The next effect is glitch. This is actually pretty easy, but the thing about this is it has many ways of getting to the same results. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to start with the simplest way to get this result, and it's pretty easy yet effective. Yet again, we're going to use text plus. Yet again, we are going to change this to, you guessed it, Kingsley 3121. And if you didn't know by now, it's my channel. I'm guessing you're tired of hearing that. Okay, so let's make this big like we've been doing. Not too big. Okay, this time around, let's gonna change this to something else. Okay, we're going to use this. Okay, it seems cool. We are going to head to the effects and select effects. What we're going to do is search for glitch, and we have digital glitch right here, fusion effects, and we're going to drag this to the text, and that's it. That's the glitch. It's simple yet effective. A big tip on this, most of these effects makes a big difference when you have the right sound and the right music with it. After dropping the glitch to the text, head on to the inspector and head to the effects, and we have the customization right here, so you can customize this to your liking. This is as easy as it gets. Now we have the glitch effect. Last but not the least, in our next one, I already have a clip, and also I've already have my text, and I also chose a font. This is called the Vampire Wars font, in case you're wondering. Okay, so this next effect, I call it the water effect. Okay, so since we already have the text and we already have the picture, what we're gonna do is head over to the left side on the effects, head over to Open FX, search for fast noise, drag fast noise to the text. This is what we're going to get when we add the fast noise. We are going to head over to the inspectors and effects, Open FX. Then we are going to change this preset from default to water surface. Now when we do that, we have something like this. This is called the water effect, which is pretty cool. Now let's hit Ctrl Z to remove the effects. Okay, so let's say you want this on the text and the surface. What we could do on this one is to head to effects. Okay, we're going to remove this fast, and we are going to use adjustment clip. So when we do this, now this effect is going to affect the text and the background. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. Open FX, and we are going to search for fast noise. Now we are going to apply this fast noise to the adjustment clip, and this is what you're going to see. Not to worry, it's the same thing. It's just noticing that the effects have been applied. Okay, so we are going to head to the inspector on the right hand side, effects, Open FX, and we are going to change this to water surface. So now both the text and the background has the same effects. Pretty cool, huh? And just for sticking to the end, I'm going to show you an extra example with fast node. Well, let's head into it. I already have my background clip, I already have my text clip, and I already have a fire clip, which I'm going to use as my foreground. So let's begin. So I'm going to first change my text. Well, I already have the text that I want. Unlike my previous clips, I'm going to use a different title, which is heat. Okay, so I'm going to use the Vampire Wars font, and I'm going to make this a bit bigger. Let's call it heat. Pretty soon you'll see where I'm going with this. So we like the size, we like the font, so let's just make this line up with the rest of the clips. All right, so we're going to change the settings. Okay, so we're going to head to inspector settings, and we're going to go to composite. So we're going to change the normal mode to alpha mode. Okay, now the clip on top, which is the fire, I'm going to select the fire, change that to the foreground, so that gives you this cool looking texture. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is make this background the lady. We're going to change how that looks as well. All right, so we're going to use the fast node. So we're going to select fast node, drag it to the background clip, release, and we're going to select that, head to the inspector, head to the effects, Open FX, and change the default to heat haze. This is what you get. All right, so it has that heat effect. So pretty much I used two different techniques, which is the texture and the fast node. Pretty much I gave you 5 techniques, and I gave you one bonus technique. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you will never miss out on our latest content, tutorial and tips. We greatly appreciate your support and it motivates us to keep creating valuable videos for you. So go ahead, hit that like button and click the subscribe button to join our community. Thank you for your support.